I was driven to a randomly generated location within this circle after being blinded and deafened. The goal is to make it to the center of the circle without the use of maps, GPS, or my cell phone. I am allowed to make exactly one call to request a supply drop, but I'll touch on that later. This is One Call, Episode 4. So, I've just been dropped off. The point is actually somewhere over there. I've been told for the first time in the series, I have been dropped off in town. That's pretty good. Right there on that sign, it says Lebanon Middle School. Lebanon is at the very edge of the boundary, so it looks like luck isn't on my side today. This is a record for the series, the fastest time to recognize exactly where I am. I have something to admit. Every single episode, I have put my bike in the back of the van that I've been being dropped off in, just for this reason, and that is, if I instantly recognize that I'm way too far away, I can just call whoever drove me just to give me the bike right away, because I just... Yada yada. Look, I know it's a little slimy, but because of the rules, I won't ever be able to ask for a bike again. I'm gonna go ahead and make my call. I forgot to mention, but I'm in my 2019 summer fit. If you're familiar with the channel, it might be familiar. I'm calling my sister, by the way. She's the one who drove me. And for the record, I already can't ask for inner tubes, a place to stay, or a sleeping bag. It's time to add a bike to the ban list. I'd also like to mention that, though I know where I am, I still don't know how to get home, even with the bike. I mean, I know how to take the highway. Taking the county roads would be way better, just because they're like less busy and I won't feel like I'm gonna die at every moment. I just don't know the route at all. I'm gonna have to just play it by ear. No maps, of course, or my phone, because that's just the name of the game, right? Also, the bike I'm using is not my normal road bike because it's just so damaged. I didn't want to risk getting hurt. I'm just gonna start heading east. So I said I wanted to head east, but I meant west and ended up going north. And because of this, I'm gonna miss out on seeing the heart of the town and almost get on the interstate. I'm not sure where the town went. I think I was too far north or something. This should have been my first clue. What is that, an old on-ramp for an interstate? Or is that still in use? Oh, speaking of interstate, I can see a major road up ahead. That semi you can see up ahead gave me about a foot of clearance. That's when I decided this road wasn't for me. I was about to get on the interstate. That semi almost hit me, like it gave me 1 foot of clearance. But I was definitely like somewhere where bikers should not be, so... I didn't record much for a bit because I was trying to sort myself out navigationally. But I came across a bike trail. I'd heard of this trail before and was pretty lucky to stumble upon it. This was my ticket out of town and into the meat of my journey. Okay, look at that. How have you not subscribed yet? Here's the logarithmic chart. Just do it. I've been riding for a while on the trail. I'm afraid if I follow it for too long, I'm gonna end up being way out of my way. I'm hoping that I can get off at the right moment. Haven't ridden like that in a long time. I'm probably like maybe a quarter of the way, maybe 25 or 30 miles from Crawfordsville. But that's if you take the highway that just is a straight line between the two places. I'm definitely not gonna do that. I also realized, in addition to like everything, I have a backpack that has like camping equipment I hopefully won't be using today. And that's just like dead weight I'm carrying around with me, even though I'm not gonna use it, so that's fun. The bike path just widened up a little bit. This used to be a railway. If they just start converting all the railways into bike highways like this, man, that'd be so awesome. I'm thinking I should turn off soon. There's something over there. Is this like private? Am I allowed to be here? I imagine so. You know, it's almost noon. I think I'm gonna go ahead and eat my sandwich. Here's the summer fit of 2019. You didn't get a good look at it before. It was nice being able to eat in a neat little shady area like this one, especially because the rest of the journey is going to be completely among fields and very bright. With the wind on my back, I began to practically sail home, but ideal conditions never last, and I will soon find myself in my least favorite scenario. Just give it a minute. I'm just gonna stay on this road until something tells me that road was headed north. If I come across a road that appears to be going southwest, that would be like perfect. The derailing mechanism is right there. So you just like pull this lever like this. I don't know if they still make bikes like this anymore. It's certainly cool. I am booking it right now. The wind is like completely with me. It doesn't feel like there's a breeze, even though I'm going like 15 or 16 miles an hour on this rackety old bike. The smell of all that straw is very nice. I mean, just look at that view. I love it. Do you see that? The road I'm coming up on is gravel in both directions. No. Too much was going right. Well, oh please no. This is not good, guys. I'm gonna spare you a lot of this because it's pretty loud, I imagine. Gosh dang it, yo. Gravel is obviously annoying because it requires more work to ride through, and it slows you down, but the reason I hate it so much is because you have to solely focus on riding and balancing while you're dealing with it. On pavement, I don't even have to use my hands as I coast down the road, but on gravel, I have to fully concentrate on balancing, which causes the ride to feel much slower and boring. I was given false hope when the road somewhat quickly switched back to pavement, but then I encountered perhaps the longest stretch of gravel I've ever had to deal with. So I've been stopped here for a bit. I'm so far south that I'm afraid if I turn to the left, I'm gonna end up crossing the highway, but that does mean I'll be taking this gravel road. I guess here I go. Here we go. Oh Jesus, here we go. Not only is this gravel way bigger and harder to ride on, it's also way noisier, so I'll have to summarize this bit. Right turn onto the halfway line, left turn, another left turn, then straight for a very long time. I need some more fuel. I seem to be handling the gravel pretty well, all things considered, but I ended up drinking through almost all of my water. Even though I'm only around the halfway point, if I manage to avoid any future gravel roads, I should have just enough water. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. Oh. My bike is making a ton of weird noises now because it was being shaken up the entire time. If it's just this for the rest of the ride, that is good with me. It felt amazing to be back on pavement, but I still have a long way to go. In that moment, however, I didn't care. It's so good to just have the wind with me. I am just so thankful that gravel's gone. I don't know if I trust this bike's tires that much. I'm gonna stop. I haven't recorded anything in a while because it's just been smooth sailing and I've stayed on the same road. The shade is such a welcome thing. I feel like I've been baking this entire time. This is kind of bad. The asphalt is starting to melt and the rocks are sticking to my wheels and stuff, but it's also causing tons of drag on my bike. I thought I had a flat. I'm just kicking up so much gravel. Oh, it's so hard to push. You can see the gravel all over my wheels. Oh wait, no, it's freshly poured. I thought it was the sun. They have a asphalt machine thing. What is that called? And a steamroller. Oh man, now my wheels suck. They're just covered in rocks. It really feels like I have just a flat. And I actually might. Maybe I should check. No flat there. While all that was going down, I spotted an overpass and decided to head towards it out of fear of missing my opportunity of crossing the interstate. But this put me in another one of my least favorite scenarios, riding on highways. And I ended up at the highway. Okay, the left side of the road allows you to see oncoming traffic to allow you to dodge accordingly. Plus, this side of the road has a bigger shoulder. Now that's courteous, right there. And I'm off the highway. The next right is what I'm gonna try to take. Actually, look at that. That road sign says Traction Road. This goes into town. This is the beginning of the end. I'm probably further than that. This stretch of road felt really good with the hill and the shade, but every downhill has an uphill. I'm about to reach the final boss of my journey. This huge hill, oh my gosh. It's the biggest hill on the entire ride. Ah, man. Shift all the way down. I'm only like halfway there. I feel like vomiting. There's another hill that goes down, and then a hill after it goes up. Well, I'm basically in town. After a 32-mile ride, I'd finally made it home. I am so tired, but feels good. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, and if you can guess the name of this song, I'll feature your comment in the next video.